Hello, welcome to Rolling Escapades Season 2, Episode 28, Part 2, web series in which we play D&D and put it online for your entertainment, your laugh, your cry, and you'll come away feeling extremely entertained. Part 1 was the leaving of Throndraek. We are sad now, which is fitting for where we are. So, quick recap from the last episode. It's the Errant Guard began their investigation and exploration of the island proper. You climbed the cliff face that you had landed at the base of and began following the river and the blip in Erebus's head, which eventually led you across the plains and into the foothills of the close mountain range, where you rounded a bend and discovered a settlement sitting on the water. As you arrived, you saw a group of what appeared to be humans leaving the settlement and heading somewhere out of sight around some of the other foothills. Erebus, with the help of invisibility and Pass Without Trace, briefly scouted the settlement, but wasn't really able to determine what was there. So you made the decision to walk closer to it in as non-threatening way as you could. Where you were hailed by a guard and quickly let in. Only that the guard didn't want to make too much noise, and then he locked you in a side room until the sheriff returned. When the sheriff returned, a middle-aged, battle-scarred female human called Mazo, she led you to a temple dedicated to the Raven Queen. And where she told you a little bit of the history of the village you were in, called Bleakwick, and a little bit of the island, and made a deal with you. If you were to investigate what happened to her dead patrol, she would provide you with a map of the island and mark out some of the settlements she knows the existence of. Following the meeting, the head priest of the temple, an aged deaf human called Yelris, requested a private meeting with Erebus where things were discussed. You guys have you sort of the rest of you are sort of locked in, not locked, but you're in this room for 20 minutes or so whilst you wait for Erebus to return. During that time, Eldrand, you are provided with a bow and a quiver of arrows.
Excellent.
As you requested. And they also send one of the other humans is sent to talk with you. One of the people who discovered where the bodies, or sort of saw where the bodies of the dead patrol were. So yeah. There you go. They sort of give you some. It's not a very accurate description, but the best they can do is sort of you head out the town. You turn out to the right and continue to follow the river up. And after you have rounded the next river bend, there's a hillock, a small hillock that if you make your way up, you'll be able to see there's a ravine over the other side, which is where they could see the blood and the site of presumed grisly death.
Good.
And then after providing with those, if you had no other questions, they just left and went off to do other things. So after 20 minutes...
Sorry, so they were the ones who found the previous patrol? Not,
yeah.
What did the patrol get sent out for, or was it just a general...
Just general, just making sure, just checking to see what's in the area, see if there's any undead horde making their way towards the settlement, anything we need to be prepared for.
Is that a common problem?
It happens. We normally use methods to redirect them.
What methods?
Fire, loud sounds, things to just take them away from the village.
Actually, that's been something I've wondered. How well do the trees on this island burn?
Relatively well.
I wasn't sure if the what's darkening them is necessarily flammable.
Oh, that's the tree itself. The tree is just they are black trees. The trees are not a problem. It's just the things that live inside the trees
Yes.
or within the forests.
Okay.
And you didn't get close enough to look at the actual bodies, did you?
No,
No.
I saw the site and went, I'm not getting closer because they're already probably dead.
But there were bodies there, yeah?
Maybe, I'm not entirely sure.
Right, okay. So there's every chance they've already gotten up and walked away.
Possibly, yes.
Alright then.
How long ago was it actually?
It wasn't that long. It was the day before. It was literally the previous day.
So it's been a full 24 hours.
Roughly. Maybe it's probably less than 24 hours, but yeah. Cool. They head off. 20 minutes pass. Erebus comes back. You probably look a little put out. I want to say make a as you're walking, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy, I'm great at these.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Okay. That is
Yes.
11.
That is a number.
11. I'm pretty sure. Does anyone have an insight bonus that is less than 1?
No.
Wonderful. So,
I don't do this.
to all of you, Erebus, he looks probably a little pale, just ever slightly. You definitely look put out.
Oh yeah.
Like put out, a little
Nothing's wrong.
confused, worried for sure.
So, how did that go?
Come on now, you're looking as pale as the hair growing out your ears.
Funny one. Well, I have a reason to be here, I guess.
We all do.
Well, apparently there are more that are here to help me as such. The guy was very cryptic, so excuse me if I sound like it too. But there are others that are here to help me, but they need more proof. However, he couldn't tell me what proof that is. But he did say I could gain some favour if I carry out some tasks as such. So apart from more of a side kind of quest for us to do.
But help you with what? Want to reverse the aging? Or, like, that happens if you
Oh,
leave the
no,
island.
he was confused about that. As he even knew that I wasn't me. And he was confused as to why I was old and not young.
No, good. We
He's
thought
never
you
seen
might-
that happen before, but apparently it's something to do with the Raven Queen being, her presence being close to me.
I mean, that would make sense, given what happened at your wedding.
Yeah.
I presume one of these tasks is to find what happened to the patrol.
So
That would be nicely
it
convenient.
might be related. So the first is the town leader, which we haven't met.
Wait, what?
Yes.
So that sheriff is not the overall...
hmm And,
Ah.
by a woman that goes by the name of Keshro. She and her escort, about a week ago, doing a routine check outside a guarded area, mysteriously vanished. And roughly
Right.
about 6 others with her. And he doesn't know how, but looking into this might help me. The second,
Bless you.
Thank you.
within a walled area, they keep mainly the children there to play, outside of dangers of this world. About 6 days ago, 8 children disappeared within this walled area,
Wait, so they have these kids here unattended?
heavily guarded,
Okay. What?
and
Okay.
they just vanished
Within the city walls.
within this walled area.
Where is the walled area?
You were when you were taken from the room by Mazos. You did say that they have a separate area away from the village where they perform things, ceremonies and things. You haven't been told exactly where it
It's the
is.
same walled area.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, that was
but
yeah,
it's the place they left. It took them an hour to get there, do whatever they were doing, and to come back again. 2 hours, because Erra's being invisible for thing. So it's probably not massively close.
Yeah.
Or they took a long time to do a funeral rite.
How long ago did the town leaders disappear?
Town leader, about a week.
Or 7 days? 10
10 days.
10.
Sorry, yeah.
Along with those other 8, about 2 days ago, another 5 children disappeared within the same place.
That might be me
Did you?
misspeaking. It was 3 then 5 for
3
a total of 8 overall.
Right. Okay.
That may have been because I was speaking very quickly.
Oh,
at
sorry.
the
Yeah,
time.
it is. No, sorry. Yeah, 3 than 5. Sorry.
There you go.
So, do they know why, who, anything?
No.
Oh, good.
And well, so if I carry out these tasks, which are weirdly enough, they'll probably know that I'm doing it
Probably.
because they know of my existence, and so did he already.
Oh. Wonder if that's got anything to do with your strange
Maybe.
internal beacon thing.
I want to say yes.
Which, now that that's been mentioned, your blip is now pointing further inland again.
Oh, it's funny you say that. Apparently, I have a new destination. So yeah, they clearly know. And well, I don't have to do this, but I will probably get less information from the next person.
Uh-huh.
A little more information wouldn't go amiss.
Well,
Well, so we head to the enclosure where the children are kept and look at it.
Yeah.
Is that on the way to the remains of the guard patrol? Is it the same direction?
Generally speaking, by the sounds of it.
I guess we could probably ask the sheriff about the actual leader.
It wouldn't be, because the if you made the assumption that the people from the funeral came directly from there, they headed straight out of town, and for the area where the
Oh, I thought that you said they went up the river.
oh no, they just came straight out and headed
Ridiculous.
and went behind a hill.
No, it's not.
So we've got to go running around all over the place too. Fantastic.
I think if we prioritised, I wouldn't mind trying to find the bodies of people who, although very slim, could potentially still be alive, as the ones that we know of have been gone for 24 hours as opposed to a good week.
Yes, but where do you want to start looking?
Where the guards disappeared.
Smeared blood doesn't tend to bode particularly well, but I do see where you're coming from. I say wait for the children first.
Yeah. Well, the fact that it's guarded,
There should be someone there at least to
children
speak
shouldn't
to.
just go missing like that.
Is it always guarded? I thought they completely left it empty.
Well, I don't think they leave the children there unattended.
No. I don't mean when the I mean in general, when they're not using it, it's completely empty. So if we go over there now, all we're going to see is a walled area with whatever in it, but nobody there to talk to.
Yes, but we have mages who can cast spells, and we have an expert tracker.
That's fair.
Right. I agree that priority lies with finding the children. It's interesting that it wasn't mentioned to us by the sheriff, but that's probably because we are complete strangers. You don't reveal everything that's happened to your town, especially with something as sensitive as this.
Mm-hmm.
On the way, perhaps we should investigate the bloody mess of where the previous patrol was, if at least only to prove ourselves that we are capable enough to look into the children as well. Do we have any idea as to where the bloodstain rests in relation to where the safety camp is?
The other way.
And bloodstain was what, an hour or 2 hours?
Yeah, where
march?
was the...
It's about an hour or so out.
What about where the leader was going? That was...
She was travelling back from.
Oh, that was between the walled area and this place. That's
she
right,
she was in a
so-
place that was out of sight of both.
Yeah,
And just vanished.
that's right.
But this mysterious signal of yours is taking you somewhere else entirely. It's not taking
Different
you to
direction,
to either of these places.
Is it taking you further upriver?
It's not taking you further up river. It might point to one of the places. You're not sure exactly where it goes. But the direction you were walking, it's sort of that way now.
Left to
Yeah.
where Animal's going.
I would suggest we go and locate the patrol that was missing first to try and boost our credibility with the townsfolk to try and get more information about what may have been happening.
Well, that still seems sane. If only because it would take perhaps an hour tops to head out there
And then come
and
back.
get a resolution to it. I would quite like to ask how frequently these children have been taken, whether there's any pattern to the days of which they've been taken, whether we could expect another 4 children to have gone missing in 2 days, etc.
This was the first occurrence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it happened. 3 went 6 days ago.
Yeah.
5 went 3 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
So 5 and 2.
Yeah.
So a gap 3 days in between, basically.
5 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3 then 5. Sorry.
Yeah, and then since then, because you were told this, since then they've not taken the children out of the settlement. Yeah.
Sorry, so how many days ago were these 3 and 5 children taken?
So
Three-
6
three-
six
six,
days ago it
5,
was
6
3.
and 5, 6 and 2.
then
Okay.
2
okay.
and
Yeah.
5.
I believe you were also given the ages. Did you write the ages down?
I don't think you did. Did you?
If I didn't, I meant to,
I
but
don't remember.
possibly. So you also know the age range is from about 8 to 13.
Okay.
Not entirely.
Perfect sacrifice age.
They might stand half a
Is
chance.
that in
but
character?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Not for very long.
You said it, dude.
So yeah, maybe we see the patrol point and be like, yes, that's some dead bodies, and then we go look to see if we can find inside of the children.
Yes, I'd certainly also vote patrol first.
Same. I would also add that if we do find dead bodies that are still dead, we behead them so they don't get up and start walking around again.
Or
They said it didn't work. They said it needs to be burned.
yes.
Really?
That's
Only when I
that's
cut the
what
head
hap-
of a zombie, it doesn't work anymore.
That's
And
what
then
they
they
have a
said
special
you
area
got
for it.
skeletons.
Yeah.
We can attempt to burn them.
Well, how about if there's dead bodies, then we take them to their special burning pit, burn them there, and then we can investigate for potential signs of missing kids.
Yeah,
Mm.
good work.
So we take the bodies with us.
Yes, I know that's going to be dangerous, but, you know, we have to.
Do we not have any chain or something we can use to restrain them after we've beaten them the first time?
I mean, I've got rope.
I think we all have rope.
No, not a rope.
Because once we've dealt with it the first time, if we'd restrain them properly, then the townsfolk should easily be able to deal with some entangled zombies.
Let's go borrow a spear or 3.
Spit roast a zombie.
Or I was more thinking like hang them in
There's
their
Oh, hog
wrists.
tie.
Yeah.
Hog tie. That is definitely easier.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And Dem's mind immediately goes to Dems that no one else will look at.
Yeah.
He just had,
Makes sense.
Yeah, he had hog, so food.
As long as they don't see disrespect upon us as turning up with their fallen friends tied up in various manners. Or
I will hope that they will understand, and if not, we can explain ourselves.
Anything else, Shay?
No. Just that if we're going to their ward area, just note that the leader disappeared between here and the ward area, out of sight of both. So be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind me asking why he wanted to see you alone as opposed to with the entirety of us?
So upon meeting him, he recognised another kindred spirit. And the way I took that was that he clearly saw me as a worshipper of the Raven Queen. He clearly saw me coming way before I even arrived here, I guess. It probably even happened at the wedding when we heard her.
Mm.
And I've been thinking what she said then and what's happening now all seems to link. Again, he said, if I don't carry out these tasks, really, it must just be fate. Or I do carry out those tasks. Who's to tell?
Fitting words of your deity.
Mm-hmm.
Was it mentioned how many children are in the settlement in total? Because I'd say that 10 children between those ages would be most of them.
I guess we could ask the sheriff if she's willing to share that information, although she might be a bit sceptical about why we're asking about the young ones.
That's a fair point.
When she has no idea that we've been told of this. Well, as far as I know.
You can always tell her you've been told of it.
Maybe there's a reason that this person who is talking
yeah.
to Shade is keeping it secret from the sheriff.
I reckon he wants someone in particular to do this, I guess.
Yeah, that's someone's you.
Apparently so.
I guess we're doing it then.
Yes, I get the feeling the sheriff is going to be of little to no cooperation until we go and complete the sheriff's task, and then we can look into the other things because we'll have more leverage.
You get some trust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus-
Although we only get a map out of that.
Though it would also be interesting to see if she mentions it of her own volition after we found.
It's very true.
I'd say the sheriff would probably be more worried than anything if we suddenly approached her and started asking about missing children,
And
Yes.
our missing boss.
considering we've all just turned up out of the blue ourselves
Yeah.
on an island where people don't just turn up out of the blue.
Yup.
Yes, I probably don't trust us exceptionally at the moment.
Well, let's go and do our thing.
Let's go to
Prove
that
ourselves
patrol
out.
site then. Oh, but let's grab some spears. If we can.
That's actually not a bad shout.
Let's go. You guys can.
That's what they use.
As you make your way out of town, you can grab some spears from the gatehouses.
Cool.
Are spears a martial weapon?
Spears
Simple
are
weapon.
simple weapon. Yeah, simple weapon that uses strength.
Right.
But I believe there's like a one-handed or two-handed option.
Can they use that as a monk weapon or not?
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
with this new thing as well, or not? Or it will count as a monk weapon because it's a simple weapon.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah, well,
swords.
That
Or
does.
that new
I
thing.
think that new thing makes a slight change. That's the only one I don't have a duplicate copy of. Because I think it
Wanna
makes a
read it?
slight change to how
That's
you
right.
select a monk weapon.
Yeah.
that's
Although it
what-
feels a bit cheating doing that just because I know we're going to get a spear. But-
The throne is dex though, isn't it?
True. I'm assuming throwing the spear would be dex.
No.
No, that's still
Still
strength
strength?
because it's a thrown weapon, so it uses strength. So
Yeah.
if you were to use that,
Yeah.
it changes the monk weapons are any simple weapon or short swords. You would have that number of monk weapons instead. So you already have spears as a monk weapon.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of choosing it.
Right, okay.
So if you wanted to use
I think that was the
like
one that was a bit weird. When I was,
it's if you want to use a longsword or a mace or a warhammer, you can use that method of deciding a monk weapon is the normal definition.
Okay, no, I'm not using that part.
Yeah. But yeah, monks spears are already a monk weapon.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Next.
So, are you grabbing? How many spears are you wanting? Just 3, 4?
How many were in that patrol?
How many people were in that patrol? It was a patrol of 5.
5 spears then.
5 spears, cool.
I'll have one for my own self-defense.
You can have one of the
Cool.
5.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, so we need all-
It is stressed that these, like Eldoran's bow, are a loner to be returned upon completion of things. They've just been told by the sheriff that if on your way out you ask for stuff, just to give it to you and just say give it back later or die. Like, they're not really bothered either way.
Yes, our shadowy husks will present it back to them.
Yeah. But it also means you're able to leave easily because the sheriff has told them you are going to leave. So, you are heading to the
Patrol
the
site.
patrol site first. Cool. So,
As we leave, I draw my bow.
sure,
It's safer than the spells, apparently. At least so far as we know.
potentially. You don't know? You don't fully know.
Yeah. All of that street.
Cool. So you make your way to the patrol site. Are you moving quietly?
I think that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Cool. We'll have everyone make a stealth check.
Do we know how far out was it? About an hour?
About an hour.
Yeah, pass without trace,
wow.
dude.
Thanks.
So
Yes.
just to point out, that means when you get there, it will wear off immediately as you get there. So as you arrive, you're gonna have to immediately reroll stealth checks.
Doesn't matter because we're probably there already, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think it's getting up to it first.
Okay.
potentially.
Cool.
If that's everyone, is that everyone alright with that?
Yes.
Yes.
I would have said wait until we're about 5 minutes from town, just because the town seems to keep the area around it quite clear. So I don't like to run into anything, so it would last
What,
a
and
while.
then
to
we
get-
start going stealthily?
There's
Yes.
no guarantee that we'll get
Yeah,
there
exactly, we don't know.
exactly an hour in anyway.
Okay. Stealth check.
-1.
Plus 10.
Wow!
So,
9.
9.
Hell!
That is as low as I can go.
Yeah.
24.
24. Wonderful.
33.
3. Cool.
27.
27.
16.
16.
Pass without trace. Saved me with an 18.
Cool.
34.
34. That's fine. Fortunately, the super stealthy of you are making up for the super not stealthy of you.
Clank, clank, clink, clank, clink and clank.
I don't know why my armor's doing this. It's made of chains.
Yeah. You make your way following the directions you were given. I don't think I told you the others were there. Point of interest that when you're in the Raven Queen's temple, there were lit torches. They and the area around them had colour in them. The
Yeah,
areas hit by light by those flames had colour.
But they weren't the torches weren't near the door though.
Yeah, they were well in the middle, and the temple had no windows.
Yeah.
Was the temple made of stone or wood?
Wood. Every building was made of wood.
Yeah.
There is no stone.
Yeah. they were sitting on a wooden platform on stilts over a river.
That's
They're
what
not
I was
going to build in
checking,
stone.
No
That's a-
stone here.
It's a quick way to make your entire settlement disappear. So yeah, just because I forgot to mention that in advance, point of interest for you. So you guys follow the directions you were given. They're not difficult to do. You follow the bend round. You very quickly find this hillock they were talking about. You make your way up to the top, and you can see down, sort of down below you. It's about 100 or so feet down. There's an area where you can see a lot of flies, more than anything now. You can't really see blood. It's hard to tell for you guys what blood looks like because everything's
it's grey.
grayscale. Yeah.
Can we smell the death and decay?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah, you can definitely smell.
Familiar stench.
Yeah.
Those of you of a more delicate disposition may wish to cover your mouths. and noses.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, everyone went into the Kruthic food storage places. That smelled way worse.
Along the way, I'd like to be tracking any kind of like undead tracks.
Yes, because you are using your
My hunter's bane.
blood hunter's abilities. Yes.
Yes.
I did have I put armor. I put my.
Major armor on.
Yes,
Yes,
we
that's
I
still
can't remember
on.
when I did it.
Yes.
Before going into the village.
It was just before we went up to the village.
Yeah, just before.
I wasn't sure if it was when we were travelling up to the village.
I think you put it on. Either way, you're still well within.
Your
8
I wasn't
hours.
sure how long we've been travelling for.
At this point, I think.
Was it like 3 hours up the?
Yeah, it's about 3 hours and then 2 hours there, so you're about 5 hours, 6 hours in.
Okay, cool. 2 hours. That's fine.
Yeah, so you've still got 2 hours left. Cool. So top of the hillock, you can see flies sort of moving around, or you assume flies. Might not be flies. The fish were undead.
Right then.
Cool. You just making your way down.
Is there any
Is
sign
there
of
a path
movement in
down?
the area other than flies?
Make a perception check. There's not so much as a path.
No.
There's a way you can walk your way down. Yes. It's not really a path per se, but yes.
Well, better than climbing.
Yeah. You don't have to climb down. You can just sort of walk your way down.
I presume we can hear that groan on the wind.
Yes. Yeah. You once again are able to hear that every now and again. The moaning sound on the wind. But again, it's not accompanied by air movement, but it sounds like wind.
Good. Zombie
Yeah.
horde.
Cool. So you're making your way down.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
When we get 60 feet away, I'm going to peel off and just circle round and stay 60 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
and just I'm going to go solo away from the group, but just cover them from.
Cool. I would like you to re-roll your stealth check as you step out to pass without tracer's range.
Sure. That's not what you want. 15.
15. Cool.
And now we need to move Gumman.
Cool. What is marching order?
Me.
Centre.
I've got you there, Shade in the centre, Erebus in the centre. Up front, Middle?
Middle, I think.
middle, off on your own somewhere over there.
Middle?
Middle,
Can't all go middle.
I'll be at the back.
back,
I'll be at the back.
back. Wonderful. That happy with like
Yes.
that? Perfect.
Good order.
How far away were you going?
60.
60 feet. Oh boy.
Is that on the same level as us, or are you hanging back?
Hanging
Like
back a
looking
bit.
down?
Just out of range of most
Cool.
things.
So we'll just quickly
Just
do
in range of most things for me.
is essentially
Hmm.
we'll just do
Pivot.
that. Just so I have a nice visual representation. Okay, so you guys are making your way down into the ravine. The smell of death and decay intensifies like rapidly, and you are also. You do notice very quickly that these flies are also undead flies.
Oh,
They
God.
are not living. You are watching as like some of them are buzzing around. They don't even have wings. They just don't have wings. Bunches of them are just like there's like half a body or half a wing, things like that.
How big are they? Are they
Pretty
regular
small.
sized flies?
They're just regular sized. Yeah,
Oh,
they're,
okay.
they're the like
Yeah.
the black stupid
blue ball
yeah,
ones, yeah.
blue balls. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cheating.
Undead magic, yo.
I'd get rid of them, but they
So is the
sound
smell
something.
getting quite bad?
The smell gets pretty bad. Not enough to like. There's some minor gagging at the back of your throat, but it's not enough to really kick you over. As you make where you are able to sort of start clearing. You're going up to bodies, yes. Well, up to where the flies are, rather. Yeah. So you're able to start clearing where the flies are away, which sends up some angry buzzing sounds, but they do move out of the way. And you do see what might have been a body. You get a better sense of sort of the area you're standing in, because where you are sort of looking around, there is a substance that's a slightly different colour to the ground, a slightly different grey to the ground, that is sort of plastered up the walls.
Walls?
Of the ravine.
Oh,
as
right,
you made
okay,
your
I
way
see.
down. Yeah. Sort of, it's everywhere. There's just blood gone everywhere. There are little
It's
boulders.
sticky. I'll do that.
It's a little bit sticky. Yeah.
What's it taste of?
Unpleasantness.
Oh,
Irony?
that's grim.
It tastes rotten.
Really?
Yeah.
It's smeared
Double-check these
in
things.
such a way as to say something's just dragged along, leaving a trail.
Bear with.
It's exploded.
Up
Yep.
the side of the ravine.
So this is you, and you are standing in it. There's like little boulders and stuff that it's sort of covered over the sides of. You can see where you are standing after you've moved the flies. There is an arm, not attached to anything, no weapon in its hand, but there's still armor along the arm. But there is a bite mark missing from the middle of the arm. You also become aware with the movement of the flies and sort of where the angles are around large boulders. You are standing right next to a cave. And looking into the cave, you can see there's also flies that are buzzing their way back out. So, and then you can see that there seems to be more sort of marks dragging into the cave.
Can I hear anything from the cave?
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage because of the angry flies.
That's better actually. 16.
Oh,
Or is it?
it's a
Oh, no, it's
15 and
18.
18. 19.
19.
I'm actually very pleased with that.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. You can hear, sort of just about echoing down the cave, out the cave, the sounds of bones breaking, and then sort of like crunching sounds.
I do indeed mention this to people at a whisper that they can hear.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast a spell.
Sure, you cast a spell.
Okay, I'd like to cast Protection from Good and Evil on Parr. Boop. You're up, buddy.
What?
I don't think they're alive. At least for their sake, I hope not.
Right, what did you just do?
You're protected a little bit better
Ah, thank you.
against certain things. But gesture back, I guess, towards where we hope. Did we see you? Did you say anything as you snuck off, or were we just like, wait, where's Derek gone?
You know, just build off.
Okay. Then I wouldn't, because I've probably not noticed he disappeared. Actually, passive perception would have noticed him.
Yeah. I mean, you when you were in a sort of group moving over, you would have noticed when he separated off at that point. He wasn't like behind anything at that point. He would have just separated.
I'm gonna like gesture. We think we found something sort of stuff over here, back towards where Derek is, just so he's not completely.
I'm going to grab the
Before that,
arm
good.
off the floor
Yeah.
into the bag.
Cool.
Why not?
We need evidence.
Yeah.
Do not forget you have that.
It doesn't drip.
Well, that's something. At least it's dried meat.
Should we make some noise to drag it to us? I don't really want to go into the cave.
Just before this inevitably kicks off.
Yeah.
They're down a ravine.
Yes.
I'm a little ways back. Can I see kind of the top of the ravine a bit better than they can? A little bit.
Yeah. You'll be able
Right.
to see the top. Yeah.
Is there anything moving in the
No.
area?
Nothing's moving over there apart from the flies buzzing
Okay.
up and round.
Right.
Um,
Okay. I'd hold station.
Cool.
looking up,
Mhm.
well, you've mentioned there's like boulders around us and stuff.
Mhm.
Is there any boulders poorly perched further up the ravine?
No.
Alright, Wily Coyote.
It's a good thing to be aware of.
It's a
No one wants a rock falls, everyone dies.
That's fair. Okay. If you want me to smack on the shield and bring it out, how about we form an ambush around here first?
Spread out a bit, yeah, that's a good idea.
Semicircle
I
around the hole.
take it you're going to be the trying
I'll
to.
be the bait. You guys hang out either side of the cave mouth.
Do you want a bonus to your constitution and your health?
Sure. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but sure. So
I-
you hit magic shit, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm going to go, what, 10,
I'm going to
10,
cast
15 feet back
Invincibility,
and try and find a rock. So
and I'm
take
going
a
to
bit of
use
cover
Bear's
behind me.
Endurance.
Okay, so what does that do?
You get advantage on Constitution checks, all of them, and you get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Ooh, who rolls the 2d6?
You rolled it because you cast the spell. You're finding a boulder about 15 feet away, you said, yeah? And continue to hide. You don't need to re-roll stealth because these things are currently not aware of you.
Okay.
So you're going to hide behind a boulder. You're being bait.
I'm being bait, smack in the middle.
Do I throw out a creature of some sort?
No.
Could
That-
also be bait.
That
Yeah.
sort of setup. You're sort of...
The ball is the cave entrance.
The ball's
Yeah.
the cave entrance.
The cave entrance is sort of
Something
here-ish.
like that.
Can I get tighter to the...
Actually, it's not. It's going to be a different... It is going to be a slightly different angle because it's...
It was up to the side. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you want it to be slightly tighter, what sort of there?
Yeah, I can only
So
flat.
if
on
we
for it.
As
running,
long as you lot hide.
I mean, there's some boulders. If you want to be hidden, you have to be a little bit further away.
That's okay, yeah.
Cool.
It's this, or I bring the cave down. Which I might be able to do with Shatter.
I feel like investigating in there might be a good idea.
Happy with current setup?
Yes.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, wonderful,
Apart from the things eating the guards in the
Yeah,
cave, I'm
yeah.
perfectly fine with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
wonderful. So you are sort of getting yourselves up around various things. You guys are all hidden apart from Parr because you went and found various blocks
Yup.
and things to hide around. You're staying where you are. Wonderful. Actually, you'll be slightly close to this side because you can't see things till you get there, and there's a big rock right there. Cool. And you're hitting your shield.
I'm gonna just imagine just like
Just throw a rock.
I know.
Just toss a rock.
well, I want to bring it out to us, don't I?
Might well follow. It's quieter than the banging of your
We can
shield.
throw a spell causing a minor amount of light that will then vanish upon it hitting the other side of the cave. We will see what's inside there.
I don't think light's the best option.
Yes.
For as long as it remains lit.
I throw a rock.
Just pick up a rock and throw a rock.
Jesus. Right.
What sort of rock? Like pebble or?
Like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And you're throwing it with some force to try and create a sound at the
Yeah,
cave
so-
mouth. Wonderful. That will indeed drag out
The thing.
as coming lumbering out of.
Under trolls.
Well, they're not. Coming lumbering out of the cave. One of them still with like a leg in its mouth and hand, just sort of munching on it. Comes what appears to be trolls, but sections of their flesh is gone, and you can see the the organs and the muscle and the sinew and whatnot below their flesh, and it is not regenerating. It is not healing up. And they come lumbering out, and as they see you, they just start going straight towards
Yeah, come on, dessert, bitch.
you. Cool. So we'll end the session there. As actually, I'll show you a quick little picture of what they look like, actually, because I can do that, because that's what I have. They look sort of like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so slightly unpleasant.
There you go, viewers.
Full protest.
No.
Sustained.
So we'll pick up next week with a roll of initiative, and you guys get to fight some trolls. Yay! So thank you guys for watching. Apologies for part 1 being kind of long, part 2 being kind of short, but that's fine. We get a fight next week, and it was important to do a full Throndraek thing. Go check out all our social media and Destai and Christopher Rolls and all the things. They're in the links description. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.